ladies and gentlemen, to an all-new reaction and review. Tonight, guys, I'm taking a look at a horror comedy from 2012. That movie is Stitches. Now, from everything I have read about this movie, it is about a birthday party clown who dies after a prank goes horribly wrong, and now he is back from the dead and seeking vengeance. I'm going to tell you right now, guys, that plot sounds amazing. However, I have seen enough movies in this show to know that having an awesome premise never ever guarantees that the movie is going to be awesome. So as much as I want this thing to be amazing, I do know, I can feel that there is that slight possibility that it is going to suck. I have no earthly clue, and the only way I'm going to find out if this thing is good or bad is if I shut up and I push play, and I'm going to do that right now. So, without further ado, it's time to kick back, relax, and check out Stitches. Okay, that is genuinely kind of creepy, you know, a ton of clowns just wandering around a cemetery at night. Seriously, guys, that is something that if I saw, I think I'd be genuinely creeped out. It also looks sort of cool, though. Okay, so Tommy's having like fantasies, and they're incredibly fucked up. I can't even begin to describe how messed up that fucking last one was. Just, I'm kind of speechless. You know, guys, for someone who has been dead for 6 years, Stitches honestly is kind of nimble as he's working his way out of the cemetery. I honestly kind of thought that, 6 years, your muscles would have, atrophied or, like rotted away, and you'd be a bit more of a shambling zombie. But frankly, guys, at this point, I honestly am not going to, I'm not going to complain. Just sort of thought I'd mention. Okay, guys, well, Stitches is right now in the middle of torturing and killing his first victim, and it's fucking awesome. But then again, that's also because he's starting off early by, now the victim's dead. He started off by killing the biggest dickhead at the fucking party, and he did it in an amazing way. Now he just needs to kill the other 65 or so people who are wandering, the house, because everyone else are also unlikable dicks. I cannot wait to see Stitches slaughter the whole fucking, lot of them. This should be fun. Okay, that was probably the best kill in the entire movie. Best part is, it's also one of the simplest kills. But frankly, guys, and that makes it even better. Guys, it sometimes is the simple kills that are just amazing. And with every passing second, that kill just got better. That was awesome, guys! Okay, I wasn't expecting all of the egg yolk to be spraying out of every orifice, but still, that looked really cool. Kind of messed up and really heavy on eggs, but still pretty cool. Well, guys, that was Stitches, and let me shut that off. Oh, and I should mention, guys, that as the closing credits roll, we are treated to a blooper reel, and it is looking really promising. Now, I want to just dive right into talking about the movie. Why don't we start with the writing? The writing is mostly good, and when I say that, I do mean that it really does have a problem starting off. I really need to try to walk through this. So we have the prologue, which is really quick and really strong, and then we have that 6-year jump. Now, mind you guys, the prologue is just showing how Stitches died, and how that death has mentally scarred our main character, Tommy. And all of that is done really well. Then we have about a 20-minute gap where there's almost nothing happening, as basically everybody is trying to goad fucking Tommy into throwing this massive party, and then people all fucking show up, and it's really just kind of a, it really is just 20 minutes of nothing happening. The only thing it really shows us is that every single one of the people who we saw as children in the prologue have grown up to either be incredibly boring or even bigger dicks than they were when they were 10. And thus, then, you wish for every last one of them to fucking die. Unfortunately, since this is a, slasher film, of course, we have to have at least a couple of people live, which kind of sucks. But oh well, I'm not going to dwell on that too much. So we have that 20 minutes of build-up where really nothing happens, and then Stitches shows up, and the kills. And the kills are all awesome, but they also are spaced out. Because you would think that with a fucking house party and with tons of people there, you would think that it would just be Stitches going just completely bonkers and killing everything in the house. And that is not the case. Instead, he's only focusing on the people who killed him 6 years prior. Which means that this actually, guys, is a little bit less a slasher film and more a zombie revenge film, which just sounds awesome right, there. And the kills are all written in incredibly creative ways. I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you think you have seen the best kill in the movie, the next one is going to top it. Okay? This thing here knows how to perfectly stack the kills simply so. The first one you see is really awesome, and then it just gets better. It just keeps on going up. And that is a problem with some slasher films, is that the kills are kind of sort of a mixed bag, where certain ones are kind of lazy and other ones are really good. This thing here continues to top itself with every passing kill, and the movie benefits because of it. Now, it would have been nicer if our characters had a little bit more depth, but I don't mind that, especially since you really are here to watch this man right here. You are here to see Stitches, and goddammit, he steals the show. Not only with all of the creative kills, but also with all of his corny puns and his awesome dialogue. And also the very fact that the actor who played him, who is Ross Noble, he steals the show because his acting is fantastic. Now, the writing here is, guys, really strong if you go and you discount the 20 minutes of almost nothing between the prologue and when Stitches comes back. If you are willing to discount all of that, then we have here a fantastic movie, and the acting here is equally awesome. Nobody here phoned it in. Nobody here turned in anything which sucked. Everybody here genuinely put in, effort, and that is awesome. Now, I'm actually trying to think if there was any scene that was acted poorly, or if anyone turned in anything that was subpar, and I cannot think of anybody, guys. Now, mind you, this also counts every single one of the extras were there just as partygoers, and all of them turned in a friggin' awesome show, and all of the other clowns we see in the prologue turned in an awesome showing. And even the kids in the prologue knew how to act. But then again, seeing as in how they were all playing as spoiled fucking monsters, I really think that's just sort of naturally easy for children to pull off. The acting here is done very, very well. Special effects. I do need to comment on CG, because this movie does have some, CG, and some of it is okay, some of it really sucks. The one that is going to be incredibly polarizing to some is Stitch's nose, because he has one of those red squeaky clown noses. And one of his many powers is that is that he's able to use it to sniff out his next victim by basically pulling it out, dropping it, and it then basically rolls around on its own. And the CG there, it looks sort of decent, but it also at times, and this all guys varies on shot and lighting, it looks sort of cheesy, and some people are gonna really hate those shots. So there is that. But I will say this. This movie was also able to do something I didn't even think was possible. It was able to use CG blood and make it look right. It made it work. I guys have bitched about movies that have used CG blood a lot. And I did not think I would find a single movie that could actually do it and do it well. Behold the movie that has proven me wrong. Behold the movie that knows how to make CG blood work. But then again, that also is because it isn't using exclusively CG blood, and the blood which is clearly CG is really close to the practical blood used in other shots. They actually were able to match it up and make it look great, and that is why they made it work. I want other filmmakers to please take note of Stitches. If you're going to use CG blood, follow their fucking lead and make it match any practical blood you are using. It'll actually make your film look infinitely better, okay? So, we have that in terms of CG. Then we also have the practical effects, and the practical effects in this thing are spectacular. Guys, I can tell you right now that this thing, just solely in terms of practical special effects, is one of the finest low budget films you will see. Effects here are absolutely amazing. All right, and if there is no other reason to watch this movie, if you can think of no other reason to watch it, you need to watch it at least once just to see the awesome special effects. I just have to put that out there. Now, mind you, guys, everything else here to me is still really solid. But if you're not a fan of this sort of thing, you still need to check it out, at least for the special effects. Lighting here is also good, and the camera work is good, and the sound mix is good, and the soundtrack, well, party music always sort of sucks anyway, so I'm not going to comment on the soundtrack and score, too much. So, guys, when all is said and done, am I able to recommend Stitches? Oh, you fucking betcha. This thing was great. Now, mind you guys, there are certainly vastly better horror comedies out there. And guys, I'm talking stuff like Dead Alive, or Fido, or Shaun of the Dead, or Army of Darkness. All of those are definitely better. However, this thing is still solid. And if you are a fan of horror comedies, you totally owe it to yourself to give this movie a watch. The best part, guys, about this is I only spent $2 buying this. The only thing which sucks now is that I'm going to see if this thing is on Blu-ray, because I would love to have this thing in my Blu-ray collection. This movie is really solid, and you guys have to at least give it a single watch. I can highly recommend it. I am not totally sure if Stitches here is on I'm not sure if Stitches is on Netflix or Hulu or anything, but guys, please go on out there and check it out. If you can find a copy of this thing anywhere, watch it. And I also know that someone has uploaded it onto YouTube, and if you totally want, just go ahead and search for it. You really just need to see this movie. It is amazing. Now, guys, I really was not expecting Stitches to be, that fucking good. Actually, I'm actually kind of in the mood to watch even more evil, clowns. I think I'm gonna go watch my Blu-ray of Killer Clowns from Outer Space, because, god damn it, I'm just sort of in a clown mood right now. So guys, with that, we come to the close of another reaction and review. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care, and I will see you all in the near future. Peace.